we're offering our parents so that our homeschool connection is made just a little bit stronger. We have been working for the past couple of years to align our curriculum with the Common Core standards, and the city and the state has been working to align the exams to the Common Core standards. And this is the first year, the 12-13 test, where those two things are actually going to line up together. So we're working hard now to prepare our students for that, but it is such a huge job that it's something that we need to do together. It can't be something that just the children are working on here in the school and that you don't know how to support that work at home. And the things that we've been doing in years past are no longer as useful or as helpful as they were in the past, because the exams that they have designed now are mind-blowing. So what we have set aside and worked on today is for you to have an opportunity to take a real close look at what the old exams look like and what the new exams will look like for this year and for next year. And then in 14-15, there will be a completely different exam altogether, the PARC exam. That's what the nation is working towards. So the Common Core standards were put into place so that each school in each state across the United States were teaching the children the same thing, because in the past it's not what was going on. My family's from South Carolina, so if you looked at what was being taught in South Carolina, it was very different from what was being taught in New York, what was being taught in Massachusetts, what was being taught in California. So the Common Core standards were put into place to make sure that every child sitting in kindergarten through 12th grade were all receiving the same thing, so that at the end of 12th grade, they are all ready for college or career. That is what the Common Core learning standards were all about. And now, the exams that we're taking in the past didn't look anything like what we're being asked to teach in the classroom. So they understood that, and they understood what we're testing students on is not necessarily indicative of what we were teaching them. So that's the purpose of aligning instruction and the test, and they're making moves to do that. So once they've done that, this is the first year, they'll beef it up a little more next year, and then in 14-15, they scrap that whole process and they put together what is called the PARC examination. It means partnership, all right, when I come up with it again, I'll let you know. They change these letters all the time. But the PARC exam is what they're working for. So today, we're going to sit down and take a close look at what each of the exams look like, the old exam and the new exam. You'll have an opportunity to take it, and we're doing this because we want you as parents to feel what it's like to sit down in a time-sensitive exam and try to do what they're going to be asked to do from 3rd through 8th grade. That's who takes these exams. They are also making sure that students with special needs who are being tested, they're going to be held to the same standards as general ed students. So students may have testing modifications, they may be given a little bit longer to take the exam, but they're going to be expected to perform the same way. So if they're sitting in a 3rd grade class, they're going to be expected to get the same type of passing score that a general ed 3rd grade student is to achieve. So we have a lot of work to do in those areas. And then our school is being judged on how successfully we do that. They anticipate that after this year's exams, the scores across the city, they're anticipating a drop. And if you remember, I think it was 3 years ago, when the city and the state, well, the city and the state are always battling as far as education is concerned, but the state considered one thing to be proficient and successful, and the city something else. And when the city was forced to move their bar to where the state is, you saw a huge drop in the scores all around the city, between 30 and 50 points, some schools. Expect to see those same types of things happen again, because what children are going to be expected to do now is light years more challenging than what they were expected to do last year. So much so that the Deputy Chancellor has already sent a letter out to principals saying, you know your scores are going to drop. We're expecting that things are going to look a little bit different next year. Now what we're trying to find out is how are they going to judge us based on that. But at the end of the day, what we want is for our children to be prepared. And we can only prepare them if what we're doing in the classroom is being supported at home. So this is our opportunity to share with you what that exam looks like, what the teaching will have to look like to support that, and some strategies that you can take home with you and use so that you can help support us in that work as well. So the way we have the agenda planned, we sit here so that I can give you the overview, and then you're going to break into grades. Second and third grade will be with Ms. Lane and Ms. Dow. Raise your hands. They teach our third grade ICT. Fourth grade will be with Ms. Sydney Smith, who's here. Thought she and I will be together, and we will be in the teacher's lounge. Second and third grade, you'll be in the old cafeteria, so the old lunchroom right up the steps over on the other side. And then fifth grade will remain in here. When we invited you to this meeting, the letter said something a little bit different. We invited second grade for the first time this year because we want you to have a head start getting ready. We don't want you to, in third grade for the first time, have to face this. So we invited second grade parents in so they could have a look at what is coming down the pipe for their seniors. Third grade, it's important for you to be here because you're judged on, your students are judged on performance only because they didn't test in second grade. So we don't have a concrete measure that we can look at to see how they grew because third graders will be taking the exam for the first time this year. Fourth graders and for third grade, this determines whether you move to fourth grade. Fourth graders, this is important for you, fourth grade parents, because we get to see a couple things. We get to see how we can compare how they did on the third grade exam to how they do on the fourth grade exam. Not going to be the same this year because the two exams are so different, but I'm sure they'll figure something out to measure your child's progress that way. And then the fourth grade exam scores will be the scores that you use when you apply for middle school. So along with determining whether your children will move on to fifth grade, those will be the scores that you use, that they determine whether your children are eligible to take the OSAT, the Gifted and Talented Test for middle school. Those are the scores that they use to determine whether they want to accept your child into the school, along with those being the scores that they use to determine whether they're ready for fifth grade. Fifth grade, your letters talked about promotion to sixth grade. If they do not pass this exam, there's no way they can be promoted to sixth grade. There's no way that they can, even participating in the promotional exercises at the end of the year comes into question. So those are the things that you're looking at as parents of fifth grade students. So that's why we have you divided up so that you can see the exam that your children will be taking and understand the ramifications of each exam. We're doing a lot of blah, blah, blah. Any questions? You can't tell me nobody has one question. I must be pretty good at this. Okay? All right. Shock? You think that's what it is? This goal says everybody's in shock. I believe it. Okay. I'm going to turn it over now to So let's have Ms. Dowling and Lane. You want to greet your parents and take your group with you? Oh no, before we do that, where's the PTA? Let's let the PTA come and speak to you as well. I want you to also know that the refreshments that are being served out front are courtesy of the PTA, along with movie night and all the other little activities that you see going on around here. These ladies are working very hard to provide extra support to the school. So we urge you to come out to their meetings, take part in the meetings. Any questions, comments, concerns that you have, make use of your PTA executive board. So I turn it over to Ms. Pacheco and Ms. Campbell.
And Ms. Francis.
And Ms. Francis. Hiding in the corner.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you everyone for coming out. I feel very happy to see parents that are interested in their children's education. And I hope at the end of this, you have a better understanding and you're able to help your child or children get prepared for the exam. Thank you.
And we've been pushing to have a workshop like this for a long time. So we, as a PTA, speaking out for the parents and understanding that you want your child to be very successful. We have a fabulous group of teachers here at PS 233 who also want the same success for your child. So our whole goal is to continue to have workshops like this where parents or teachers and teachers are working together to have your child be successful. So we want you to continue to communicate with your teacher, see what else you need to do at home, look in the packet and see the websites and the teacher stores that we provided for you. If there's anything extra that we need to have on there, please let us know so we can update it. We have a new website, ps233.org and ps233pta.org. So we want you to continue to help us to help your children to prosper, because that's our goal as a parent, speaking out for you. And we also want to thank our school leadership team in conjunction with Ms. Spellman for working with us together to have this workshop for you. Okay, so ask any questions you want with your workshop facilitators and presenters today. And also check back with us if anything additional that you need to make your child pass this very important test. Okay, have a great day. Yeah. And please enjoy the refreshments.
They're shy. They're shy.
Oh, we have our PTA general meeting. Sorry, December. We want to thank the parents that came out last night to movie night. And we have our December PTA general meeting, Wednesday the 19th. We're having our chorus perform their winter performance. We're having Student of the Month. And we're also having our raffle. So please come out and enjoy that as well. And our end of year party. Oh, sorry. We have a raffle where only parents can purchase. We're raffling off a 32-inch LCD TV, and we're also raffling off a digital camera. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the PTA and Mrs. Francis, our parent coordinator, will be selling raffle tickets. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, drop off and dismissal, or you can come to the PTA room anytime to buy a raffle ticket. It's $1 for each ticket, and we're selling books of 5. Cost? What? I just said $1 per ticket.
You see how shy she is? She stood in the back. She said she's going to sit back.
Thank you. Sorry.
And the videotaping that you're seeing now is being done by our web designer and Thomas, who is a former student of PS 233. So any little talents that you have and can give to the school, we appreciate that. They didn't tell me about this. Hard to me. Okay? All right. Oh, and the last thing. Students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade also came home with a letter describing Ife Tayo's Rites of Passage program. Ife Tayo is the organization that was here in years past doing dance and drum and theater classes with our students. The money is a little slight this year, so we have not been able to bring them in yet. But they have reached out to us as a school, and on Friday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, they have a Rites of Passage class for boys and girls, and they're inviting our students to go and take part in their Rites of Passage class there. The letters went home on Wednesday, and I really need them back by Tuesday, the absolute latest, because the 20th is the deadline that they gave us. The more people we have sign up, they'll waive the registration fee for you. The registration fee is $45, but they'll waive it for our students if we can get at least 20. We have 10 so far. It's a wonderful program between the ages of 8 and 11. The girls are together and they're learning. It's womanhood training and manhood training. So they're learning all the things they need to learn about culture, leadership, social skills, speaking up for themselves, being respectful to their elders, how to question things that they are wondering about in a respectful manner. Those are the types of things that they're being taught, and it's being done in 2 separate groups so that the girls can hear the information that they need to hear, and the boys can receive the training and the information that they need. So if your child didn't bring the letter home, look at the bottom of the book bag. Probably crumpled up down there. And if you need one, or maybe I'll run up and make some copies to give out as you walk out the door. If you're interested, you can either sign up online, the website will be on the paper, or send it back, and I'll take it over when I leave here, and then you can be sure that they will sign you up and be looking for you to show up. Yes. Yes, 2nd and 3rd grade will follow us down this lane to the old cafeteria. That's up the steps and around the corner, headed toward the auditorium where all of the tables and lunch tables are. That's where you'll meet. 4th grade will meet in the teacher's lounge in this door right here, and 5th grade will stay in this very spot. Hopefully you'll all move up so that the person won't have to talk to one person all the way down there and everybody else over here. Okay?